or are you more of a Tales from the Punch Bowl kind of guy? I mean, what do you
I
think?
honestly haven't listened to a lot of Primus. I like Primus.
Really?
Yeah, it's like I'm kind of weird with like new metal. And like
I am too, but Primus is the one that I got into. It's the one where, oh yeah, this is the one. This is the one that I like.
Like I like Primus. I just haven't like sat down and tried to listen to them.
But, ooh, I could. Yeah. I would start with Seas of Cheese.
Yeah, all I hear about is Pork Soda.
Fuck Pork Soda. Pork Soda is overrated.
There are a few people in my frat who are super big into Primus.
That sounds fair. Anyways, Evan, set up the show, will you? I gotta grab a coffee.
Oh, we're live?
We're literally live.
Jesus Christ, what are you doing to me? Well, hello.
We went live as soon as I started talking about Primus.
Did you really?
Yes.
Hey guys. Here we are tonight. I'm Tiki. And tonight we're gonna go over Project 2. I don't know how long I'm supposed to be vamping for. I think Tiki said he had
about a minute, Evan. I need to get a glass of ice. Sorry.
I knew you were getting something. I wasn't sure what. You take your time.
Glass of ice for iced coffee.
Yeah, you for iced coffee. Look at you.
Yes, iced coffee.
Fancy boy. Ooh. So, how are you? Yeah. So, we'll talk about it when Tiki gets back, but these projects are really cool. I thought everyone did a great job. I know you guys had some trouble like figuring out what exactly constituted an e-ticket, and we'll talk about it during the reviews. I think you kind of towed the line a little bit, but generally everyone was really great. Yeah, I really like the projects. Yeah, Pergron, I know that you guys had a lot of problems, but your project still turned out really well. But yeah, we're just waiting for Tiki to get ice. Fun fact, he has an ice box, like a 1930s ice box that he keeps large blocks of ice in. So right now he's actually chiseling ice to be the perfect size for the glass that he's using. And then he has to brew the coffee. So he'll probably be back in about 20-30 minutes after he grinds the coffee beans and brews the coffee. He does make proper cold brew coffee. So, it'll be a little bit, but it's worth it for the taste, honestly. And I agree. I don't blame him, So that was my bit. Don't really know what else to say. So I've been playing The Witcher 3 again. It's a great game. I played it for the first time 5 years ago. And I'm finally playing through it properly again. And I'm honestly having a better time, like doing like a proper deep dive. Thank God! Oh my God! Woo! Tiki's back. He came back from his coffee plantation.
And you're goddamn right.
Yeah, he pays those men 5 cents an hour, but boy do they grow a good cacao.
Oh God! All right, can we get a screen share up and running? What team do you want to start with?
I have Ringling up first, so we can do that.
Hey, Beargron, this wasn't a shit show. You're being too hard on yourself, bro. Come on. I don't like to see that. And that's coming from the person who always gets hard on himself over every ounce of criticism I ever get. So maybe I'm being a hypocrite. But man, you did really good, Peregrine. I think your personal style is definitely shining through.
Screen share's up if you want to put it in.
You know what? Yeah. Let's talk Peregrine's project. Let's cheer, because I know it's not his project because he wasn't the project leader. But let's talk about that team's project. Let's get into it.
Fine. I just pulled up Ringling. Sorry, Ringling. There we go.
Oh, based on everything that went down, yeah, I wasn't following it too closely, but yeah, I saw that. I saw you guys were kind of struggling there. So
yeah, I know you guys had a lot of trouble.
But let's be optimistic though, because honestly, Evan, for me, I believe this did come in last place for my 3 scores. Let me double check that. This is Barnum, right? Bailey, I mean.
Bailey. This is Bailey.
Yeah, this came third, but it's still bronze, man. This is still a solid bronze.
I mean, that's third out of 3, but
it's a solid bronze. I'm saying it's something that you should be proud of. I don't know.
I just think that's funny.
It's a solid bronze.
Yeah.
Anyways, what do you think of it?
I really liked it. I thought it was interesting. I really like that you guys picked Dinosaur National Park. I
was
lived
really split on the location. Like, you can see in my feedback that I just posted.
Yeah.
I was literally kind of like having an argument with myself in my feedback, because I was like, well, fuck, I don't know, because this would be really cool at something like, let's say the Walt Disney Family Museum, it'd be kind of like an e-ticket. But then I would swerve back and say, like, if the same basic concept was done in Dinoland USA with a bigger budget, this feels more like a Disney thing anyways. Evan, I was struggling with it. I mean, so I like it. At first glance, I really like it from a creativity point of view.
So
I don't know. Go ahead.
Realism's one of my things, but I just like Dinosaur State Park. I used to live like 20 minutes away from it. So I went there once, but it's like a really cool, like, kind of old school
elevator pitch on this
Dinosaur State Park. Yeah, yes. So it's an old. Pergron would definitely know more about it, but it's it's like an old like wading pool. It was like a watering hole for dinosaurs that just happened to get a bunch of dinosaur tracks preserved in it. So it's literally just a hole in the ground that has a bunch of dinosaur footprints in it. And they built around it. They uncovered it at some point. But it's a really cool facility. So it's that. They have like a smaller dinosaur museum. They have a walking trail in like a marshy area with a bunch of like those like fiberglass dinosaurs
figures. Alive type.
Yeah, kind of, but not animatronic. If you want the animatronic ones, you have to go to like compounds. They have like a movie of some sort. I don't remember it. I just remember some kids screaming and running all throughout the theater during the show.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, it wasn't good.
Because the movie was scary or because the movie was boring?
No, it was because the kid was pretty autistic.
Oh, okay.
And I don't mean that like a bad way, but like, I think it was just a kid being a kid,
For sure.
Yeah. But yeah, it's a cool place. I really like it. I like the choice of Dinosaur State Park.
Right, so here's my thing with the presentation. I really liked the blog post at the outset, because to me, what they really tapped into that I can relate to is being excited for something that's going to make a big change to a small park or a small kind of thing that you're really passionate about. Where, it's not going to have like the media coverage of like, let's say, an Avengers campus, but it's really going to kind of like boost some life into the park that you love. And I can relate to that because Discovery Kingdom has that Wild Mouse coming in, and I'm not like, the Wild Mouse is fine. I'm excited for it just because the park needs a higher tier family coaster than the one they currently have. But I'm more excited about it because it's going to breathe new life into the backside of the park. We're going to get a new reptile exhibit. And honestly, for the first time in the park's history, they're openly advertising a themed queue, which I'm super excited about. So this kind of reminds me of the vlogs that I do at Discovery Kingdom that I'm sure like maybe like a dozen or so people scattered around the Bay Area actually care about. You know what I mean? But
yeah,
I don't know. I respect the passion. For me, though, where this project fell apart was I really wish that you guys would have utilized the blog format a little bit more. I feel like even something as simple as like breaking up, like, hey, we just got, like, because we're all in the E3 spirit with the leaks. Am I right, Evan?
I mean, I guess.
So what I'm saying is like we could be like, hey, we just unearthed top secret. Like what I think would be cool. This is just me spitballing here, but what I think would be cool is like, if you were someone who was like, oh my god, I just talked to the Dippin' Dots guy, and he said that the next two scenes are going to be like this.
To the dinosaurs.
Like basically, kind of make a project around like the rumor mill.
No, I agree. So I think the rumor mill angle is a little overdone. So I think they took a bit like a good angle.
Besmirch the name of Dippin' Dots guy.
I'm not besmirching the name of Dippin' Dots guy. I'm just besmirching the name of all the people who do blogs where they're like, oh, look at this rumor for a project we're working on. The point being, that's something that I see a lot of. So I think the angle that they took is good, like reporting on it after it's open. But I do think it's kind of funny that it's a blog post that has a full script for the show. This person just sitting in the theater, like writing down everything they're saying. But no, I like the presentation. I do agree that it might have worked better.
But what you just said is exactly what broke the illusion for me.
Yeah, well, no, that's what I was going to say. I think it would work better if they did it and like split it into multiple posts. Like that sort of deal. My biggest issue, honestly, is kind of the realism, where I really appreciate that it's Dinosaur State Park, but I guarantee you that the state of Connecticut's not going to pay for Gary Sinise to host the show. He's making that CSI money.
I don't know. What do you think? Like, do you think they could have gotten like, I don't know, maybe they could have like sponsored with like the Discovery Channel or something like that?
I don't think they needed anyone. This absolutely could have stood on its own. It didn't need a celebrity or
they just
sponsor.
Need a celebrity.
What?
Are you saying they need a celebrity?
No, they don't need a celebrity.
Oh, they don't.
No, this can just stand.
No, but I'm saying they need Discovery Channel money though.
No, I could picture the state of Connecticut doing something like this, just not shelling out the money to drop on Gary Sinise. That's my biggest issue. Like I could absolutely like it would never happen, but it's something where like I could see the state wanting to invest in it because tourism's a big problem in Connecticut because there's nothing to do in Connecticut. Everyone just goes to New York, unless you're going to IKEA. So like I could see.
Are there any parks in Connecticut?
Yeah. There's 2 parks. One that's really good but very, very small. Lake Compounce that has like the top rated wooden coaster in the world.
You've gone on about Lake Compounce.
It's it has a really cool trackless boot blaster.
Oh really?
Huh. Yeah, it's really weird that it's just randomly trackless. it's cool. Yeah, there's that, and then there's Quasi.
Paragon says I legit just wanted Gary Sinise. I'll take fault there. Paragon, you know what? I forgive you because everyone wants Gary Sinise. I didn't mind Gary Sinise. I mean, honestly, Quasi. Evan, what else is Gary Sinise doing these days?
Oh, and Mystic Aquarium and Mystic Seaport. Gary Sinise is doing CSI.
Is he really on CSI right now?
He was.
Okay, well, but is he currently on CSI?
I don't know. I don't follow Gary Sinise. I'm not.
That's the question. Is he currently on CSI?
We have a professional relationship. I can look it up.
All right, fair enough.
Gary Sinise.
Oh God. Pulling up the dude's IMDb, folks.
He was in video games. He was in I Still Believe in 2020, which is an American Christian romantic drama film.
Okay, you see, that proves my point. They can get.
He was in Joe Bell. Oh, really? Oh, I guess he was only. So he left CSI in 2013.
But he Gary Sinise. Don't.
But he's on 13 Reasons Why. He's making all that Netflix money. But yeah, Connecticut has nothing outside of casinos and Lake Compounce and Mystic.
All right. Anyways, back on point, Evan. Back on point. Can you scroll down a little bit? Let us see some of these dinos.
Fine.
Dino DNA.
So as you can see here, that is the foot of a dinosaur. That's what dinosaurs use to walk and stand. I don't remember this dome. That's like what it's in, but it's been so long I didn't even remember that. Does anyone know if it's new? Because I remember them doing construction when I was here last. This is the outdoor like walking trail where they have like little like statues scattered around.
Yeah, he's not a main character, Sharon and Susan.
Okay.
He's just basically just like, hey, Clay, you're crazy.
Wait, and what?
Gary Sinise in 13 Reasons Why.
Oh, I thought he was the girl.
That would have been some method act.
It's all played very straight. And Gary Sinise in high
school. Okay. I am glad we're using a channel where I don't have to worry about stream time.
Back to the project.
Yes.
Yeah, really, I think it was a little dry. But I know that it was written kind of fast, and I know that Pergron likes writing for science, which isn't a problem. I totally get it for something like Dinosaur State Park.
It might be something Pergron might want to keep in mind in the future, because the last 2 projects that he's been involved in is has kind of had that sort of like, it's like, I feel like it worked for the SeaWorld project better than it worked for this project, if that makes sense.
I agree. Yeah, because like something like this, you kind of want to entertain.
Exactly.
Even if you're trying to educate as well. It's a balance.
SeaWorld, the whole benefit of it was like, more like, honestly, the whole challenge of the first prompt was, kind of doing something that has a little bit more educational value. All right. Yeah. So we got Theme Park Priest in the comments. Hey, Theme Park Priest. Hope you're having a good evening.
Welcome. Yeah, so I really enjoyed it. I thought it was a lot of fun. I don't know where this would be in my ranking. It's either 2 or 3. I'm not sure which. As I'll go into later. But my reviews are coming out today, by the way. I ended up being pretty busy yesterday. So I was being a social butterfly.
Do you have your scores?
No, I haven't done anything.
You son of a bitch.
I've been busy, and I came home this morning, and I was not
okay, are you
hungover.
Caught up on the projects at least?
Yes!
Okay.
Jesus.
Dude, do your scores. Seriously, do your scores. I will screen share the next project while you do your scores in the background, and then that way we can reveal who won on air, all right?
Okay.
So we can have an exciting conclusion to the podcast.
Okay, that does sound exciting.
Right, all right. So winner revealed at the end of the podcast, folks. Stay tuned. You see what that is? That's a hook.
We did answer that. It's a hook.
All right. Hey, Honeybee, you missed. We're just wrapping up with Bailey's project.
Yep. Any final thoughts on Bailey? I think we're getting towards the end.
Yeah. I will say that with the writing, I was struggling a little bit as far as like, okay, what is just a fact and what is a stage movement or a stage direction? And I honestly think, and this is just kind of like a little bit of a nitpick, but I do think it's something that everyone can keep in mind in the future. Yeah, you missed some fun Gary Sinise discussion, Honeybee. That's about the best thing that you missed. Just to reiterate, Gary Sinise playing Hannah Baker on 13 Reasons Why, and it just being played totally straight. Just, I want to put that mental image in everyone's head. This is Hannah Baker. He's just sitting there with the fucking microphone.
But you ain't got no legs, Hannah Baker.
All right, I think Gary Sinise is Hannah Baker. Can we make this a thing? Can we make?
No, we cannot make this a thing. It's a show about suicide. No, we cannot.
But Gary Sinise lightens the blow, man. He lightens the blow. I mean, he's a method actor, but his mere presence, like, honestly, what we're writing right now is like the building blocks of a Saturday Night Live sketch or something. I'm Gary Sinise. I'm here to audition for a very important role.
Sits down. He's like, "These are my 13 reasons why." Oh no. Anyway, Tiki, pull up the next one so I can do my scores.
Yes, gladly. Audience, I will put it to you. What's the next project going to be? The next one that I see in the comments is the next one we pull up.
Look under your chair.
Ringling or Barnum.
look under your chair. Your voting device is under your seat.
I swear, I'm not even joking, folks. The first one I see between Ringling and Barnum is the one that gets discussed next. Barnum! All right, hey, it's Monkey. Good timing, Rob.
Wow.
Good timing.
You did it.
All right, we'll do Barnum. Okay, cool.
Oh, cool. Sharon and Susan said Bailey, so we gotta do Bailey again.
Wait,
This is a dinosaur state park.
Evan, I just to get onto still get on the dinosaur state park thing for a little while longer while I pull up Team Barnum. Are you familiar at all with like that weird dinosaur park that's kind of like in between Orlando and Busch Gardens?
No.
Yeah, I passed by it on the shuttle from Universal to Busch Gardens, and I was like, "What is that?"
It's weird. Is it open?
It looked open.
Huh.
That's weird.
Yeah, a bunch of places are getting Dinosaur Alive. Like, there's a park.
Dude, I know the Dinosaur Alive thing is all. It's weird. It's like
it's not even that good.
Or like the new Vekoma boomerangs, and I'm like, fuck it, I'll take it.
I didn't really like it.
Boomerangs.
They're just kind of like not good animatronics.
It's fine. It's
really?
Animatronics. It's robots.
I mean, but for that large a footprint, just for robots.
Yeah, the large footprint is a problem.
Yeah.
All right. Anyways, let's get into Team Barnum.
No.
Oh, Dinosaur World.
Yeah, no,
Zergron is familiar with Dinosaur World. Okay, yeah. Just to address it with Monkey, yeah, you're right. Discovery Kingdom does have I'm pretty sure it was basically just a Dinosaurs Alive, or like an early version of Dinosaurs Alive or something like that. It was called Dinosaurs: A Prehistoric Adventure, and I vividly remember it in my childhood. I cannot for the life of me find more than a couple like scarce photos of it on the internet. It's pretty much lost media. Anyways, let's get into this. So this is fantastic. Not even gonna mince words.
I really like it.
I really think that you guys hit that B movie theme, and you really just nailed it out of the park. It's what do you think about the placement?
Oh yeah, that was one thing that kind of bothered me, but
that's interesting because Space felt the same way, and I really liked the placement.
So it makes sense for what the park is like now. Were it 10 years ago, they should have put it in the streets of America.
Yeah, but it's not 10 years ago.
Well, no, I understand that. If you'll finish, I got halfway through a point. I think they could have adapted and changed the facade a little bit to fit better. Like rather than like a brick kind of like New York-y derelict looking building, they could have done like a 50s movie house. Like I kept thinking something like the Colonial, like where they shot the Blob. Like I think that would have fit better for the facade.
You guys hearing echo? If you're hearing echo, I can try.
Yeah, no, I hear echo too. I was just kind of rolling.
Did that just start, or
it like randomly started? Did you take your headphones off?
I don't. I'm not wearing headphones, but it's not usually a problem.
That's weird.
Yeah,
that's really weird. It's gone now.
Well, is it gone now?
It seems to be. I don't hear it at least.
Okay. Well, let me know if it comes back, and I'll try and get headphones in place.
I got you.
Okay.
But yeah, that was my one thing. I think it's just like the brick aesthetic that kind of feels off on Sunset Boulevard. It's back now.
All right, hold on, guys. Sorry about that. I'm going.
No, you're good.
Headphones. No momento.
But it's pretty nitpicky for me. That's not a huge deal, but it was something that I noticed.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yeah, you're good.
Okay, I think we're good now.
Hooray!
All right, I agree with the exterior as far as like I feel like because the artwork of the posters pops so well, I feel like you could have done a little bit more of like, like we'll take care of the inside and the ghost, or I'm sorry, we'll take care of the outside, the ghost will take care of the inside type of deal.
Can you pull up the facade if you don't mind? somewhere. It might be down. I don't think it's on another page.
Down.
It is on another page. I lied to you.
How dare you?
Sorry.
Trusting you again.
It's been 2 hours since I've. That's fair. I don't trust me either.
All right. Is this the facade? No.
No. Somewhere.
Right there.
There it is. Yeah. So for me, and again, this is a nitpick, and it really doesn't matter. It was like how dark it was. Like picture this next to like all the stucco on Sunset Boulevard. I don't think it would fit well.
I hear you, but I do feel like a sketchy B movie theater would work well on Sunset Boulevard, though.
I think it would work well in its own corner, but this is kind of like in the middle of Sunset Boulevard.
I don't know, man. I just don't have a problem with it.
No, I don't really have a big problem with it either, but it is.
I mean, to me, my whole logic with it is that, like, if you're looking at it in terms of like to me, the big benefit of an attraction like this going specifically in this location is that it's going to be a people eater for both Rock and Roller Coaster and Tower of Terror. And because of that, I really think that you could get a great kind of like guest throughput where people are constantly riding all three of them and the line is not too long for any of them at one time.
Yeah, but I mean, I totally get the placement, and I don't disagree with the placement. It's just the aesthetics that I don't agree with.
Like, even if they would have swapped out some of the aesthetics, changed it around, but still had it be a movie theater exterior.
Yeah, that would have been fine. Like I said, if they did something like the Colonial, like, you know, like the movie theater.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair. I mean, but still, I don't want to discourage artwork just because it's not entirely.
No, absolutely not. But if we're talking about,
I'm not trying to say that's what you're insinuating. I'm just trying to encourage people.
No, absolutely not to discourage the artwork. The artwork's great, but aesthetically speaking, I don't think it fits the area.
Okay. So, I mean, let's talk about just the star of the show as far as presentation goes, which is, I believe I could just pull up the posters for the movies, right?
Oh, also go down and click the, never mind.
Sorry.
No, it's fine. We don't have to do it.
So, I think these posters are honestly, like, just for me, some of them are instantly iconic, especially this one, the Bad Moon Rising.
Yeah.
For some reason, this is the one that, like, they're all great, but this is the one that really sticks out to me. I don't know. I really feel like this is going to go down in So You Want to Be an Imagineer iconography in the same way some of the other famous concept art has.
Yeah, I really enjoyed the art. I think all these posters were Tegan, and the animations were Honeybee, I think.
Nice. Well, yeah, it's fantastic work for sure.
Yeah. They're all really great. Honestly, the whole ride's great. It was a really interesting idea. I thought it was really
cool. I love that it's kind of like a next generation kind of alien encounter sort of deal.
Yeah.
But by the same token, it's lighter than Alien Encounter. It's darker than something like Stitch's Great Escape.
Yes.
So I think it just has a perfect balance. Now, one thing I was struggling to wrap my mind around, hopefully you can clarify it a little bit more for me. Let me go back up to it. It's the actual ride system.
I was going to ask you about that too, because I know that they were talking about like a rocking theater, like, you know, like those new like 4D theaters that are in China. I thought they were doing that, but I wasn't entirely sure.
I mean, honestly, I think there's enough here just with the scale of the animatronics that I feel like it's an e-ticket kind of in its own right, the same way that Great Movie Ride kind of justifies itself as an e-ticket just through the sheer scale of the animatronics.
Yeah, I think that this is the show that like does the e-ticket, the concept of the show as an e-ticket the best.
I agree.
It's super immersive. It's more of an experience. Also, when we were talking about e-tickets, we obviously didn't want to talk about while you guys were brainstorming. But when we were designing the projects, like figuring out the projects, like the first idea that we came up with for like an immersive theater experience that could be an e-ticket was something like Jabba's Palace.
Oh, yeah.
Because you were talking about that. So like what we meant by immersion was like fully immersed, like enveloped in the world of it. And I think you guys did that the best, Team Barnum.
Oh.
And I think that's what kind of sets it above as an e-ticket. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. And I really feel like these, like, look at this right here. To me, this is a trifecta. It really is. It really is. That's why I kind of love this placement. I gave it a 10 out of 10 for realism.
So my thing for placement, I think I'd have less of a problem with it if it was where the Lightning McQueen show is.
Fuck the Lightning McQueen show. Just pretend that doesn't exist. That thing's literally in a cardboard box. I mean,
I literally just said to put something over it. If this was where the Lightning McQueen show was, I think I would have liked its placement better.
Okay, I agree to a certain extent, but
you have the modernism of Rock and Roller Coaster already.
But Beauty and the Beast needs to go, and I feel like with the Lightning McQueen show, there's stuff that they could do with that building,
like Attack of the Bee movie.
Halloween Horror Nights maze.
Yeah, like Attack of the Bee movie.
I'm saying, could you, like, that building is like, you get such great views of the Tower of Terror from that building. I want that building to be a maze, since it's basically just like a box anyways.
I mean, if they really want to do something like that, like Hollywood Studios is the park to do it.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. Right next to Tower of Terror. So I'm saying,
it's like a whole big old backstage area around there too.
Exactly.
So you could do a few on both sides, I think. But yeah, no, I definitely agree that
I just think that Beauty and the Beast needs to go.
I mean, it's been there since what, 90? Oh my god!
Honestly, as lame as the Lightning McQueen thing is, it's nice for kids. It's a diversion, you know. The animatronic.
I've heard it's fine. My mom saw it.
It's fine. That's a perfect word to sum it up. It's fine. You know, it's like you go into it and it's like, all right, at least we're gonna see a cool looking animatronic for a couple of minutes, and you do, and you get your money's worth in that regard. So.
Yeah.
So yeah, in that regard, I think Beauty and the Beast needs to go like yesterday.
Yeah.
A legit scary hot maze theme to Cars. Ooh.
Yeah, just a junkyard.
Ooh, I actually like that. I could see Not Scary Farm legitimately doing something like that, except it's like kind of like a dark parody of Cars. Like kind of like a take on like monster trucks or something like that.
Yeah, that's a lot you could do with it. But yeah, I like the placement as a placement. It's just aesthetic that was my issue.
Okay, so yeah, as far as the scenes, now what did you think of? Now I assume that this is one of the hard things I was recommending. Like I assume basically what it is that there's eight possible scenes and they can go to 4 per show. Please tell me I'm right about that.
I think so.
Or is the whole show just... Oh, the show's 5 segments.
Yeah. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, there are 8. I'd have to read it again, but it sounds like since like everything's like on flies, basically, it's probably like they all switch out randomly.
Gotcha.
Seems like between lighting and sets. And
it did very much remind me of kind of how I was envisioning my Toontown Tower Hotel randomization to go.
Yeah.
All right. Do you have any particular favorites?
No, honestly, I just like the whole thing. I thought the whole project was really great.
My 2 favorites were this one right here. Don't close the closet or don't open the closet door. Classic Monkey. Monkey, you're in the comments right now. You're back. You're back. Don't you think you're not, man? You're making a comeback. I think you're doing fantastic this season. I'm really, really happy that you decided to jump on board, and I hope you're enjoying it as much as I'm enjoying watching you. Because I really think that this game could definitely benefit from your style, and you're bringing it this season, man.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, and then also I really love the idea of the giant spider, which is of course the biggest set piece in the whole thing, and the spider just ends up being just like the biggest softie in the whole attraction.
Yeah.
Other than that, I mean, I said this on my feedback, but folks, like, we had no intention of like, oh god, we got to break up Team Barnum. Like, we had the swap plan from the get go. Like, that was all set in stone. Like, I think before we even formed the teams.
Yeah, I think you're right. Yeah.
But with that being said, I can't say I'm not relieved because Team Barnum in the teamwork category has just been steamrolling everyone else.
Yeah, you guys really, really got teamwork down pat. Yeah, like a big thing with this team swap was just making sure that all the teams were more consistently active.
And a little bit more evenly spread.
Exactly. And I think that's worked out. I think we've done that pretty well. And like that happens. It's no one's fault. Like that always happens where there's one team that's a little bit more active than the others.
It's inevitable every season.
No, like absolutely. I don't every know game.
Yeah.
Yeah. But the teams, we'll talk about at the end, but the teams now, I have the scores. I came with them. I was lying to Tiki.
Can you do me a favor and pull up the team Ringling project then?
Fine.
Do we have do we have final thoughts for this one?
I really enjoyed it. I'm not going to reveal what its ranking was.
That's fair.
But it was one of them. But
I think it's legendary. Legendary. I honestly think that this is the first like classic project of the season. I think this is going to go down, guys. I really think that this kind of cemented that original core Team Barnum as a force to be reckoned with. That's my final thoughts.
I definitely agree. I think that this was probably one of the best entire team efforts.
Totally.
Yeah. Also, I'll say to my
click on the link at the end. Okay, hold on. Where do you want me to click?
Is it in contact? Or is it at the end of the project?
I don't know.
While we're doing this, I was going to mention this in my review too, but really fantastic job to Nate, especially because he really pulled
Nate
this whole
is
thing
definitely
together.
Someone who's coming into his own as well. He, as you guys remember, absolutely. He was, he was pretty quiet.
I think it's the download link at the very bottom.
Really?
Very bottom.
What am I going to download? I'm nervous.
What aren't you going to download? I don't think it actually downloads anything. It's probably just a hyperlink.
Oh. Wow.
You just get 5 pop-ups.
I was honestly really nervous. I was I don't know if this...
That's something I forgot to mention. Go back to the top. I think it's on the Q page, our theater. There's a link for booking a trip to Hollywood Studios. But the way the font is, it looks like a pop-up ad. Right there, Disney's Hollywood Studio, Florida. It looks like
I see it. Yeah.
And it literally just hyperlinks to the website, which I thought was a cool detail, but I thought it was really funny.
That is a cool detail, yeah.
All
right. You have any other final thoughts?
No, I really enjoyed it. This was absolutely probably the best entire team effort that I've seen in a while, even last year too. So yeah, great job. This is really great.
All right.
Un momento, I'm sharing my screen. That one.
Now, just to be clear, do you have all the rankings and everything worked out as well? All the math taken care of?
Oh, with your scores as well?
Yes.
Are your scores on the
my scores are on the main thread.
Okay, then I'll do some digging while we're talking about this.
Okay, can you handle that and the screen share, or should I just
Actually, if you want a screen share, that would make my life easier.
Yeah, just I'm sorry, folks.
Sorry.
Can you just copy and paste the link?
Yeah, I got you.
And just send it in here. Send it in the private chat.
Yeah, it's in the private chat.
Okay.
As opposed to
One second, folks. Sorry about that. Okay, there we go.
We did it.
Okay, so the Carousel of Renaissance Art. First of all, not really liking that title right off the bat.
No, I know that you guys had some problems figuring out a title.
I feel like all three teams, to one extent or another, sort of relied on like, hey, let's basically do a souped up Carousel of Progress.
Yeah. Which
like
is
that was like the one reoccurring thing where I was like, okay, this is kind of like, it's not your guys' fault. Obviously, It's not public brainstorming, so there was no cross section with the ideas there, but but still, it was just kind of funny. Like, oh, another Carousel of Progress, great.
Yeah.
Right. That being said, I really do like this, Evan. I do have a question for you though.
Mm-hmm.
So when I was reading this, of course, it's for Tokyo Disney Sea. And honestly, to me, this played much more as an Epcot project.
No, I 100% agree. I know I read, skimmed your review, and I saw that you're talking about the scripting.
Yeah.
So humor in Japan is very weird, where it's very goofy. Mm-hmm. But I think the biggest issue is that the script's in English in the first place. I'm not that I expect you guys to write a Japanese script. But with the show being
Come on, Rob, you're slacking. No,
yeah,
Rob wasn't even on that team.
No, he wasn't. Why did no one give me a full Japanese script? Point being, I think the show is a little bit too dialogue heavy for international audiences. Where
that being said, I think it would have worked perfectly as a counterpoint to American Adventure.
I agree, and I don't agree. So they had a big issue where they wanted to put it in Epcot, but they thought it'd be too close to the American Adventure to put it in Italy. But you guys forget that Epcot was supposed to have Meet the World in Japan, which is also right next to American Adventure. Epcot has 3 Circle
Vision shows, so I'd gladly take another animatronic show. We just need more attractions in the world.
It's not an issue. It's not an issue having a second animatronic show next to an animatronic show, because Epcot was originally supposed to. And also it's Epcot, so I don't think it's
What country were they planning on putting in?
Japan.
Wait, they were planning on putting this in Japan?
I'm sorry. I thought you were talking about what Epcot was actually going to do. No, they were going to put it in Italy because it's a Renaissance show.
Italy. Okay. Yeah. That's interesting. I can see the dilemma there with it being more close to...
But Disney was going to do that.
Were they?
Yeah, with Meet the World. They were going to put Meet the World in Japan. Gotcha. And then they built the building the wrong size, so they didn't do it.
Yeah, it's interesting. I do think that ultimately, I can see the conundrum with it being close to American Adventure, but I do think that ultimately with World Showcase, you just got to fill out those expansion pads, man. And any attraction is an attraction is an attraction is an attraction.
And Italy absolutely has the space for it.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
They have a lot of dead space, really.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. I feel like Italy has the potential to be on the level of a Mexico if they added an attraction and filled in a little bit of the dead space.
And if the restaurants were better.
Tutto Gusto is not the wine restaurant, but the wine cellar.
Yeah.
Is really good.
I really like Via Napoli, but the Tutto Italia is very good.
Tutto Gusto, man.
Yeah.
All right. Anyways, so one thing I did like about this, like I said, was kind of that edutainment element. I got a really distinct kind of sort of a Ward Kimball vibe from this.
No, I appreciate that as well. I thought it was really good.
Mm-hmm.
I think my biggest issue with this was the structure. And honestly, to a degree, the setup. It was kind of weird having them compete against each other.
I did not. I could have just I honestly really could have just had it been a little bit more of an engaging American Adventure where they're just kind of discussing things.
Exactly.
I
mean, my other thing was they have it be a competition, but they don't actually compete against each other. All the scenes that everyone was separate.
It's separate
from each other. Yeah,
it's literally like cats. It's look at me. This is the thing that I do.
I
great.
I was thinking about it while I was reading it. I think it would have been really cool. No, not about cats, but I think it would have been really cool.
Well, no, I mean, you were thinking about cats because we're always thinking about cats.
You're right. That's who I pray to every night. Buster Jones.
God. Buster Jones was robbed, man.
Really?
He was robbed.
I mean, technically, he
because when I think of who deserved to go to the Heaviside Lair, god damn, it's the rich asshole.
That's fair. Anyway. Played that immunity idol.
Oh, I would love to see James Corden play Survivor. I'm not even joking.
I would love to see Cats be Survivor. That's my one Survivor joke of the season, guys. No, I was thinking about it.
For Jones at the Last Supper.
No! Stop this! Stop this!
He's just all of them.
Stop this! It's just 13 Buster Joneses. Anyway, I was thinking about it while I was reading it, but like, I really wish you guys put the characters together. Like, specifically, the one thing I was thinking, like, you have the scene with Leonardo da Vinci, I almost said DiCaprio, painting the Mona Lisa, where, like, I think it would have been really cool to do something like Leonardo painting the Mona Lisa, but then on the other side of the stage is Michelangelo sculpting David, and then talking about, like, the merits of, like, painting between painting or sculpting.
What I did like about having it be individual scenes, though, is I liked... and this might be a point where you and I differ, is that I really liked how each individual scene, and I talk about this with the feedback, each individual scene's like set pieces and sets, to me, really popped. The 16th Chapel, the Mona Lisa kind of being like this overscaled version of her. All of the visuals, just in my mind's eye, I could really make it out, and I really appreciated that.
Yeah, like I like the set design. I also like the opening scene where they all come out of the Forum at Athens, I think that's called, whatever that.
Yeah, and let's give props to that presentation too.
Yeah, Goofy. Yeah, those animations were really good.
It's Goofy? Oh man, all right. Yeah. Well, that's. That doesn't surprise me because Goofy does kind of like think outside the box when it comes to like presentation styles. So good job on you, Goofy. Good job on you. All right. So now I mentioned in my feedback, I don't necessarily know if this is like a fair critique, but Evan, it is something I want to implement into the game, like going forward. I really think that with a script this good, you guys could have done some voice acting here. And I'm saying, like, I don't know, like, maybe for the other scripts, too. But, Evan, I really think that a cool idea for us to do going forward, if people want to utilize it, is if you and I, if we maybe kind of, like, acquired, like, a very small pool of, honestly, mostly people that are already involved in the podcast, to kind of like lend their services to like a few lines of voice acting if teams would like that.
That's fair. I don't know if anyone's gonna do it. Like I wouldn't be comfortable doing that. But I am also a terrible actor and I don't like my voice in the first place. So I
would be comfortable doing it. Gabby, I think, would be comfortable doing it, just thinking off the top of my head.
Not to volunteer anyone, but if Mew has time, sometimes
I would say Rob, but that'd be tricky because he's playing currently. Yeah. So.
Like, it's worth reaching out to people, but we're not going to knock you if you don't do it, because we know that like a lot of people don't like recording their voices. A lot of people don't feel comfortable.
But what I'm saying, I do want to offer the resource.
I really appreciate the idea. Yeah.
Yeah. So stay tuned for that. Oh God, I reached out to Gary Sinise to record some lines, but he never got back.
Should you go through his agent?
All right. I swear to God, I'm going to find a 13 Reasons Why quote to read. As Gary Sinise.
Stop. We're going to deep fake Gary Sinise into 13 Reasons Why.
Oh my God, you got your goddamn right we are.
You stop this madness.
Oh my God. All right.
Back to the project.
Yes, sorry.
I did not like the interactivity at the end.
Yeah, let's talk about the interactivity. Can you walk me through it? I had kind of a hard time even like visualizing it.
So did I. Like, you get to the end, and like an ethereal voice is like, "Hey guys, which one's the real Renaissance man?" And then you have to. That should have been the line that you used. I don't think you did. And then like they have like a console built in they use their smartphones, the Tokyo Disney app. And then they vote which Renaissance painter they think is the best. And then there's different endings, which is an interesting idea, having different endings. But I mean, honestly, like, part of it's just me having an issue with the setup in the first place. With the competition.
I hear you.
It's an interesting idea. I just think it's kind of odd, and I'm not sure how well it would work.
Right.
That was kind of my thing.
But I mean, I think overall there is a lot to like about this project.
Oh, absolutely.
Like I said, from a set design point of view, and especially from like an edutainment point of view, I really do feel like it does really a lot of things right. I really like a lot of what this thing is going for.
I think the set design was really strong. The design in general is really strong. The script was really strong. Like the waiting area was really interesting. Honestly, my only issues are really just the story and the interactivity, but that's kind of an extension of the story.
All right, Evan, I'm cooking up something for the board.
You're cooking?
Here. I'm cooking.
What are you cooking? I'm gonna make toad in the hole after this.
Oh, nice.
I have to eat lunch.
Do you have any final thoughts on this, or should we get into the reveal?
No, like I enjoyed it. Like, my only real issue is that the setup. Other than that, I thought the whole thing was really great.
Okay. All right. Well, why don't you go ahead and tell us who won? First place, second place, third. Let's do third place, second place, first place. Let's build it. Let's build up to it.
Okay. So, in third place, with a score... Yeah, I did count it right. With a score of 85.5, was Team Bailey.
Right. Team Bailey. Nice job.
Yeah, great job. Second place, with a score of 91.5, was Team Ringling, which leaves us with first place, Team Barnum, with a score of 105 out of 100.
So yeah, you guys all did a really good job with all these. But there is kind of a reason why I'm glad that the that the team swap is happening.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Hold on one sec, Evan. Can you riff?
Yeah. Riff? Tiki's still cooking. What do you want me to riff? Do you want me to put on a bad movie? Or
yeah, sure. What riff on the latest bad movie that you saw? What's the latest bad movie? I don't
think I've seen any bad. I don't really seek out bad movies.
Really?
I only watch art.
All right. Well, you know what? Tell us about the latest artistic film that you watched. Then
This is an artistic film. I watched Sing at my schools.
That is not an artistic film at all. Oh my
it's okay.
God.
It is okay. It was better than I thought it would be, but it's like very middle of the road.
Yeah.
I like the voice cast. I like the voice acting. I don't like that they pitch shifted Seth MacFarlane to make him sound smaller.
All right.
That was weird.
Okay, folks, I would like to divert your attention over to the main thread where I have just posted something.
It's Project 4. It's starting today.
Oh, God.
Oh, my God. What have you done? This is what you were cooking?
Yes, this is what I was
You told me
cooking.
you were a chef. My
All right.
God.
Do we have any final thoughts before I do a Gary Sinise monologue and get out of here?
Oh, Jesus Christ. No, really great job, guys. All around, these projects were really great.
You can't just interrupt this important Sing. Sing is like the definition of a mediocre animated movie to me.
No, I agree. Like, it's perfectly fine.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. All right, you ready?
Yeah, do you have anything to say? Oh, I do have something to say about this project.
Oh, yes, by all means.
Project 3. Guys, there's a team swap. Calm the fuck down. Like, I love you all. Team dynamic shifting. But it's totally okay. Everyone's doing fine. Just relax. You'll get there. I love you all. Tiki, I want you to read the entire script of 13 Seasons, Reasons Why.
I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to read this. Hey, it's Hannah. Hannah Baker. That's right. Don't adjust your whatever device you're hearing this on. It's me. Live and in stereo. No return engagements. No encore. And this time, absolutely no requests. Get a snack. Settle in. Because I'm about to tell you the story of my life. And why, more specifically, my life ended. And if you're listening to this tape, you're one of the reasons why! You, Justin! You!